Hey everyone, it's Anthony Ramos. Okay, so are you ready for some fierce new music? Well, I am. So let me tell you about this song. Fierce is by Ultra Naté and Angelica featuring Mila Jam. And it is all of those things, but it's also working to do really good work. And that is to shed a light on the horrible violence and murders of Black trans women and also Latinx trans women. So they have joined forces. The song comes out February 12th. Not just the song, but all those powerful remixes. And today, I'm joined by all three ladies right here. How are you?
Hi, babes. We're
Hi.
darlings.
So first off, okay, this is, I think, a gay dream come true. All of the vibes, all the feels, all the dances. Tell me how, Alternate, let me start with you. How did this all come about?
For me, it started a few years ago. Anthony and I had been like threatening to get together for a long time,
That's
and of course,
Anthony Preston, right? Yeah.
Anthony Preston, yes. And I met Anthony many years ago when I started working with Chris Willis, collaborating, writing for my Hero Worship album. And Anthony worked with Chris as well, doing writing and recording, road management, like catch all, be all. And we all hit it off really, really great. So Anthony and I had for a long time been threatening to work together as he moved to LA and decided to set up a whole production team with Andre Lindell. And we finally made it happen about 2 years ago. I finally, carved some time in my schedule. He carved some time in his schedule, and we got together. And he had this really great song already formalized. And I just, he just like gave me the idea that he wanted, how he wanted things conveyed. And we just kind of, put our heads together and came up with this really great stylized kind of vibe. And then over time, it evolved from there. Once I left LA, it was Anthony and Andre's baby. So once I left LA, it was kind of off my radar. And like, I know he's got that and he'll figure out like how he wants that to evolve. And he had said from its inception that he wanted it to be something really special and not just to just put out another track for the sake of putting out another song. We can do that with our eyes closed any day of the week. So he wanted it to be something special. And over time, he evolved it and brought in Angelica and then Mila and was sending me, updates on how the production was coming along. And it was just sounding fierce, for lack of a better word. And, it was really turning. And so it was really inspiring, like how he was pulling the whole story together and getting financing and really wanted to make it something that was, honoring and supporting and just, being really inclusive and speaking to what moment we were in right now, as it would seem 2020 and in 21 has now evolved into this, thing that's much bigger than what any of us had envisioned when the song first started. So that was kind of where it got going. And then it's just picked up steam from there. So Angelica and Mila can probably fill you in on like what happened where they came into the equation.
Yes, please fill me in. Because how does it go? It's like be legendary. Give me a little bit of that. How does it go?
Yes, be legendary. No, listen, Mila though was the next one on the project because it was like, it was Ultra. Then
Ultra,
I didn't get
then I came in. Yeah.
Yes, I didn't come on until after Mila. So Mila was next. Mila, how did you go?
Well, the thing is like I met Anthony a few years ago as well, and Anthony and I had been planning to do something together. We wanted to collaborate, and then he introduced me to this Fierce project. And I heard Ultra singing on the track, and I was like, "Yo!" I was like, "What I gotta do? I need to be on this. This is a moment." I was like, "You can't make an anthem without me in it." And he was like, "You know what? That's a good idea." And I happened to be in LA as well. And so I went to the studio and I was like, "I'm coming over. I'm laying down some parts and we can see what will happen and you can do what you want to do with it." And after that, he was like, "Yo, this is really dope. I like it. You really came and brought something to it." And then I was like, "Yeah, this is what it needs to have. This is the unifying moment we need to have between our, womanhood in our community and the sisterhood, and honored honestly to be on a track with you, Ultra. This is just wonderful." And so it kind of started there. And I knew that Anthony wanted to have some power behind it. And I think he was like, "I need to have we need someone else." Like it's like this informal version of us being like, an homage to En Vogue or an homage to the girl groups, even though we're not a girl group. It just has that vibe to me. And us just collaborating. So I think Angelica came into the picture shortly after I recorded my part, and I think he expressed to me that he wanted to have another woman on the track to make it, to round it out and just to give it a little bit more fire, a little more fierceness.
Yeah.
And then and yeah, and then Angelica, I mean, I think maybe at one point we spoke here and there, you know, we keep in touch, and I think we were kind of going back and forth about like, maybe are you gonna do this? Are you gonna be? She's gonna do. Oh, great! And then it just happened. Right?
Yes, it was incredible because Anthony had came to me and he played me this song. He knew that I was producing content, scripted and unscripted content for television. And so as a part of the project Fierce, you know, we were working on wanting to get a conversation together between cis and trans women and kind of do this whole thing. And he's like, you know, and there's going to be this coffee table book that goes along with it. And there's going to be this song. And I'm like, what song? What happened? And he goes, you know, so he plays the song. He plays me like a snippet, or he plays the song, and he's like, you know, I want to put this out there and do this, and that. You know, we're still working on it. Something I said, me. I said, Anthony. You know, I sang too, right? I was like, listen, I'm not just gonna help you I'm gonna sing. We find me a place on here to sing. So I wanted to be. Listen, I heard the song. I wanted to sing one of the verses, you know, because it was just like, you know, I was like, okay, this is in my comfort zone. Like, I'm gonna sing one of the verses. And they were like, because I was working with Chris Willis and Chris Willis and Anthony. And they were like, well, why don't you go ahead and give the hook a shot? You know, I was like, this is just too much energy pushing out, you know, and like, I'm like raspiness on my voice and doing all this
Knowing
stuff.
good and well she could do it.
You know, so then I sang from my toes. You know, belting out, be legendary, be nice. I'm legendary, you know, doing this whole thing. And it just really helped me to see some fans of mine who know me from TV. Some of my fans know me from like YouTube from back in the day, being on playing my guitar and singing certain songs. So to see this come full circle, and for my first kind of like out there to be with my sisters, Ultra and Mila. And, you know, now folks, I want get ready because we got a solo project coming too. Anthony's producing that too. So the music has been brought back into my life. And this is an amazing project and kickstart to that.
That's incredible. The song is so fierce and so fun because it's a dance jam. But at the heart of it, it's doing a lot of good. It's benefiting, of course, GLAAD and our work specifically for transgender people, and also the Marsha P Foundation, the Sylvia Rivera. So how good does it feel, like, you know, Angelica, you said you're back in music, but you're also making music that's making a difference. Like at GLAAD, we always say the GLAAD Awards are a party, but it's a party with a purpose. This is music.
Because we are women that make a difference. I think all three of us are, not to cut you off, Angelica, but I think we're women who are very much about, you know, creating our own paths, carving our own stories out, and also supporting the experiences that we share with our community, with our livelihood and who we are. We are Black women, and we are a force to be reckoned with in general. So why wouldn't we want to do something that actually gives a little bit something back to our community? I think that it's just natural for us to do something like that.
Yeah, and you know, for me, I'm always someone who tries to sort of model for the rest of the community as well what it looks like to take up space that is meant for you to take up, while also creating space for other people. So for me, I love that everything that I do you can see it's in alignment with what's meant for me. But at the same time, I'm not someone who then goes on and just closes the door for myself and gets all what I want to get for myself. Every opportunity I take on is an opportunity for our community, I feel like.
100%. And Ultra, thinking about this, what a perfect time, you know, to release this. It's Black History Month. I think it's all important that during this month, we look at the Black, you know, the queer people of color, especially women and trans women who have made a difference and continue to make a difference. So, I mean, you know, how important is it that we continue to honor those and have those conversations and educate ourselves?
It's always important, but for me, Black History is every single day.
Absolutely.
The month thing is cute, but you know, I'm not really. I don't really subscribe to that. Like, let's all condense this amazing history all into one month, because that's, part of why so many people still don't quite get it. It needs to be recognized as a part of American history. Full stop.
Absolutely.
But yes, it's always important to continue the work, and it's important as an artist because you have a platform and it is your voice. And when it's all done and gone, for me anyway, what's important is, what legacy have I left? What did my voice say? What did I do when I had a chance to speak? And for those that pay attention to what I think or feel about something, it is my responsibility to put that energy out into the world for my child, for other children, for the global community. That's where the real value is as an artist. It's not in the day-to-day minutia of, being glamorous. So the glamorous thing is, it's fun and it's an expression of your art. But at the end of the day, the whole point of your art is to speak your truth, and to be the fullest expression of self. And what is that legacy at the end of the day?
Absolutely.
Come on,
This is the only
Come on
this
now.
is the only
Let-
true
let the
power
woman
that we
speak.
really have. That's the only true power that anyone really has, at the end of the day. It's not about money, and it's not necessarily about fame. All of those things are derivatives. At the end of the day, it's, what legacy have you left that are going to impact people?
100%. And Mila
That's
and
fierce.
Angelica, speaking of legacy, I think we were all really disappointed yesterday when we saw that Disclosure did not make the cut for the shortlist of documentary features for this year's Academy Awards. Obviously, that's an extremely important documentary and something that we have put a lot of effort into. And I know so many people have. What was your reaction when you saw that it's not in contention?
I have thoughts about this. I think it's important for us to remember that no matter what we create and put out into the world that's up for an award, it's not about winning the award. It's about the impact that it will make on the culture, and it will get its due date. It will get it will be seen, and it will be respected and revered. And there are a lot of projects that went years and decades without getting the love and the recognition it deserved. And it feels, I'm very close to Laverne. Angelica's close to Laverne, but Laverne is one of my closest friends. And I know how much she worked on getting that put together, how deeply she feels about it, how passionate she is about it. It is going to change the landscape of how we look at media and television, and it is so important. So
It
getting
has,
snubbed,
yes.
it has, and it will continue to. It getting snubbed is like, literally, this is what the experience of being a Black woman is like. Constantly getting looked over and snubbed, but knowing how important we are and how much we make a difference.
Yeah, I think about, if it could happen to Beyonce, it could happen to me, to Laverne, if it could happen to Angela Bassett, because I'm still upset about what's love got to do with it. And that
Come
was a
on
long
now.
time ago. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she played from a 16-year-old to a 40, 50. Listen,
The
if that wasn't
range.
so the range. So for me, I'm at a point right now, because again, I experienced this firsthand as well with Candy, playing Candy Ferocity with Pose, and like being completely looked over as if the performance never happened. They talk all about, oh, no Black trans woman can do this and do that or what have you. And then there's a performance that globally is getting all this recognition from the audience and from even media outlets. They're playing Never Knew Love Like This before, radio stations on repeat.
It's
Somebody's
one of the
getting a
most memorable moments of the
sickening,
whole series.
someone's getting a sickening royalty check. Unfortunately, I know it ain't Stephanie Mills. That's unfortunate, but somebody is getting a sickening royalty check. So my thing is now, the reality is that all these award systems, most of them, were created by a white supremacist system. I mean, let's just call it out for real.
Let's call it what it is.
The roots of what it was, we had to fight in order for us to get recognized on MTV. That's why BET was created. But now we're seeing, even within Black community circles, that we're still replicating white supremacy by oppressing LGBTQ folks within our own community. So when it comes to awards, you're seeing a lack of recognition amongst trans and LGBTQ folks, even in spaces where Black artists are getting recognized. So now I think we're at a part where I think a Black trans woman, maybe, I don't know, Miss Ross, because, whatever, but some stuff gonna happen. But we need to create new entities.
why
And
not?
this
And why not?
this is why we talk about the fact that Black trans women need to lead, because when we are free, everyone else gets to be free and gets to be recognized. So we need those more inclusive spaces, and it looks like we're going to have to create them for ourselves.
Absolutely. Ultra, do you have anything to add on that, when it comes to the music business? Because you've been, in this business a long time, trying to keep going, getting achievements, but it's not easy, right?
Oh no, it's never been easy. If it were easy, everyone could do it and everyone would be
Yeah.
successful at it. It's challenging every step of the way. Um, but the benefit is that you're doing something that you love. And if you happen to be lucky enough to sustain a living doing it, then you've won anyway.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think what you're saying with that too, that's why I love with Black women, even thinking about people like India.Arie and stuff like that, because I think about these Black artists who are so talented, but they don't fit inside, again, a white supremacist sort of model of who gets to be elevated. So when we have technology that puts it into our hands where we can record music from remote locations and do different things and not have to have a label, and that kind of stuff helps us to switch the game. So that, as Ultra's saying, as long as you can pay the bills, you know what I'm saying, then you're winning. Yeah, yeah.
What
you're
would it
winning.
be?
But you definitely want people to recognize, when you're doing good work and you're working your ass off, because that's the only way that you're going to get anywhere.
And
unless
we
you've
work
got,
our asses off, all three of us. So hello
Yeah,
world, get
Work
ready.
hard for what I've got.
And
I
that's
work
it.
for. Yeah.
And it's true, but you do want to be recognized and appreciated, for the work that you're doing. But that can't be the only goal, and that can't be the only inspirational motivation, because that's going to leave you disappointed at all times if that's solely what you're in it for.
No, that's such good words of wisdom. Back to the fun stuff with this song, because it is, obviously inspiring many, many important conversations. But the song is a celebration. It's so much fun. I hope there's a music video in the works. I know we're in a pandemic. How are we? Do we have that?
We're working. We're working on it.
We're
Listen,
working
we've got the list of people, because listen, this is about all women, and man, I think even all women in all films really to come to bring the shade to the dance
Bring it
floor,
to
as
the
Mila
table, to
says.
the dance floor. Bring the shade to the dance floor.
Yes, and I think it's an opportunity for us to, a lot of my girls from Pose, a lot of the girls who have been in the scene for a long time, as well as our cis allies who have been around from the beginning, who have been waiting for the party to start where all of us were invited. So that's what I think our music video is going to look like, is that kind of party where all women are invited. Very In Vogue-esque, but we're still, it's a pandemic. We're trying to get it done.
Yeah, it's a little tricky right now.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm excited for
I can't wait to. I'm just excited for the way we're gonna turn these looks, honey. I'm so ready to give the fantasy and to.
I keep trying to wonder if I'm gonna do a wig or if I'm gonna do my short hair, but I think I'm gonna be the short hair girl of the group. You know what I'm saying?
I can never decide if I want my hair to be green or black or blonde. But listen, I may give a new color. Who knows?
You can do all of them. The music video, do all the colors.
All of the above. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. And then it's Pride season coming this summer, and hopefully, there'll be some activity.
That's what we
We'll
need. We need to be
enjoy,
ready for
some Pride and vaccinations get up, and
That's gonna be fun, y'all. We got to perform this song
down.
at Pride, New York City Pride. We're performing this song. I'm calling it.
Put it out there, right?
Oh, it's already written.
First. Yes.
Yeah.
We've got to do that. Well, the three of you, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all that you do for the LGBTQ community. Thank you for your support of GLAAD and so many other organizations. And just a reminder, everyone out there, Fierce, featuring all three of these ladies, is out on February 12th. And it's not just the single, it's all the remixes too. So get your dance.
This show is. Put it on that cardio playlist, y'all.
Get your workout on.
Bring it.